My dear brothers and sisters, at this point, I would like to share with you key messages of our theme for this year. When we say in the one, we are one. From the verse 1 John chapter 1, verses 3 to 4. What are the key points that our God is telling us through our theme this year? Allow me to share with you 4 major points. First is the personal experience of the goodness of the Lord, what we have seen and heard. If we are to grow in our union with the Father, if we are to grow in our union with the One, our trigger is God's goodness. Remember, it was said, we love because God first loved us. Amen? The reason why we are aiming to grow in our personal relationship with the Lord, the reason why we are aiming to serve Him, to grow in our unity, in our community, is because He first loved us. We have experienced the goodness of the Lord. And it is just but right to acknowledge that the reason we are here, the reason we are praying and aiming that each one of us will grow in our personal relationship with the Lord is because first, we have experienced His goodness in our lives. Amen? Second, proclaiming God's goodness with others. We announce to you also what we have heard and seen. We announce to you. The goodness of the Lord is meant to be shared. Whenever the Lord is blessing each one of us, it is always meant to be shared. That is why God's love is selfless. It is always meant to be shared to others. Hindi ito pang atin lang. I always say, when God blesses us, it is not only enough. It is not lacking. It is not enough. It is always abundant, generous, overflowing. In Tagalog, kapag ang Diyos ay nagbigay, hindi kulang, hindi sapat lang, laging sobra para makapagbahagi pa tayo sa iba. Amen? That is the very nature of God's blessings. We will also try to reflect more on this. Third, our oneness with God and His people, so that you will join us in the fellowship with the Father and His Son, Jesus Christ. It is very important for us to reflect more, to grow more, and to live out this very important part of that message. In fact, that is our theme. In the one, we are one. We will dwell on this. Our union with the Father and the Son, with our God, and our communion with one another as a community. And lastly, the completeness of joy. Joy is made complete when others are growing in their union with God and His people. We write this in order that our joy may be complete. Before I move to the next part, allow me to just share with you some more exhortation about this part. Joy is made complete when others are growing in their union with God and His people. My dear brothers and sisters, I would like to give emphasis on this. I hope that our joy when we serve, when we do our evangelization activities, I hope that our joy will not be complete when we are done sending text messages about inviting them to join CLP, when we are done blasting God's words in our group chats, when we are done just approaching our neighbor and someone who are potential attendees of the CLP, and when we come together as a CLP team, and the CLP team leader will tell us, oh, who among from your invited participants will come and who confirm to join the CLP? And our answer is Oh, we messaged them already. We told them already. We don't know if they will come. Sometimes when we prepare for our evangelization activities, we just focus on just preparing the event, preparing the music, preparing the lineup of the speakers, training the facilitators, and that's it. But let us remember, the most important part of the CLP is bringing in the participants. Amen? Hello? And sometimes, our disposition is when we invite participants, that's it. We're done messaging them. I remember when we were younger, the Couples for Christ before keeps on telling us that before, when they invite participants to CLP, they will really go to the house, they will really pursue them until they are able to bring them to the venue. And the participant will really feel ashamed if they will not come. It is not just inviting them, it is pursuing them until they are able to join us and until they are able to finish the CLP and until they are able to grow faithfully, attending the households, the assemblies, and teachings, and trainings, and until they become leaders as well, until they are already partaking in our mission, and until then, it is only by then that our joy must be complete. Amen? Do you agree, my dear brothers and sisters? We are preparing for CLPs again this year. And I hope that our preparation in the CLP will not only be about the CLP training, but it is in our daily evangelization, personal witnessing. That is why when we invite them to CLP, they will easily come because they have witnessed already how good the Lord is into our lives. And attending the CLP is just the culmination of our evangelization work that we have done already in our daily lives. Amen? Let's give God a round of applause, my dear brothers and sisters.